Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. This will be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry, I won't spoil any of the big stuff for you in this movie. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend, April O'Neil, helps them take on a new mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. To start this off, this movie, I think, I've watched it twice now, and originally I thought it was good to okay-ish, but then when I saw it again, stripping it down and just watching it to watch it with not the expectations I had, this movie is phenomenal. It has a great soundtrack, a great storyline, great visuals, probably one of the best visuals in a comic book adaptation that is animated, excluding Spider-Verse. I went into this movie thinking that it would be similar to Spider-Verse, forgetting that there was a Into the Spider-Verse versus Across the Spider-Verse. Since that just came out, I was still on the hype train, and obviously it drew inspiration from the original Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. So I thought it was going to be kind of like Across the Spider-Verse, forgetting that, hey, there was an Into the Spider-Verse that set up that movie that was phenomenal. So this movie, when I saw it the second time just to watch it without those expectations, thinking it's going to be that movie, it was great. And I should have watched it that way. I am a Turtle fan, I got my Turtle gear on. There's something else there, a gaming setup over there. I'll put it on the screen here for you. So I'm a big Turtle fan. Very excited, a little off topic, for The Last Ronin. The comic series is amazing, and that video game that's coming out, PlayStation exclusive, God of War Studios making it. Super excited for that. But nonetheless, back to the movie. So being a Turtle fan, I was expecting it to be, pretty good. Seth Rogen has had a really good track with making comic book adaptations into live action / animated. So I wasn't scared that he was, producing this movie. I wasn't surprised that this movie was good. He's funny. His movies have been funny in the past, at least to me. And his comic book movies have been good too. So the comedy was great. A lot of fun jokes. A little kid friendly. So, some Ninja Turtle fans like the more aggressive and dark comic books. Obviously we like the R-rated movies like Deadpool and some Wolverine movies. But this is for kids, and they have to make it in the middle between both worlds. So it is kind of dark. There is some good action, some good violence, but it's also funny, lighthearted. So the jokes are, like pukey, farty, slapsticky. One of the points I really like is that they've got down being teenagers. All the other previous Ninja Turtle movies have been adults playing the teenagers, and they're still funny and good and action-packed. It just didn't feel like they were teenagers. So this cast with teenagers playing teenagers, it really hit it out of the park. You really get that vibe that you got when you were a teenager, or maybe you are a teenager now. They use lingo and current slang that the kids nowadays know. Little kids will look excited to be growing up and be teenagers and get into misfit trouble. So it was great. Ice Cube completely knocked it out of the park with his acting. I've liked his movies before. They're not anything like super serious, but he killed it. Superfly was one of the coolest villains. One of my gripes with this movie, it's really small just because I'm a Turtle fan, is how they became ninjas. The Michael Bay version, he finds a book and he just reads a book, and apparently you can learn karate from a book that much. Like, I don't buy it. The one in the 90s was Master Splinter watching karate and he's learning it. It was kind of on the dumbish side, but it worked. I was hoping and expecting, straight off the packaging. Oops. I was expecting the storyline straight off the packaging, right here. Doesn't get any simpler than this. You can't beat the classics. I would say that it would be time to switch it up if there was an abundance of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. There's been shows and all kinds of stuff like that. But as far as like movies go, like Spider-Man, they just changed it or didn't show it on the later iterations because it's like, We've heard this been done and told over and over and over again. But the Ninja Turtles have always like switched it, so I didn't see a need to like switch it again. But small gripe, it is still funny how they master ninjutsu. But getting back to it, aside from that gripe, everything else was great. I like the soundtrack. I love Superfly's, I guess his theme song, but like if you listen to the background, it's like scary and ominous. So I really like that vibe it gives off. Another pro and con of this movie, I would link them together, is the cast. It is star-studded movie. The good is that it's hilarious. Like Paul Rudd really stands out. He's hilarious. He's always funny in movies, and he really shined in this movie and kind of stole the show when he was on screen. But the con is like this cast is so full that like not everyone really gets a time to shine. Like John Cena, Seth Rogen, Post Malone, they're all in this movie, and you maybe hear them say 2 to 3 lines each. So, you know, don't expect them to be in the movie as a main character or get a lot of screen time. They're obviously not the main character, so I wouldn't expect them to, but, you know, just 1 or 2 words. I don't know if it's a marketing move or they're just all friends with Seth Rogen. He's like, hey, do you want to be in my movie? You know, I really don't know how that played out, but I'm here for it. It was fun. It was fun to see them in their roles. The storyline and the themes are great. I really liked it. I liked what they did with the side arc with Master Splinter and how that came to be. With all that being said, if you can't tell already, I like this movie. I would give it a 9 out of 10. On this channel, we're going to review movies on a different scale than your normal movie reviews. We're going to do home popcorn, so that means watch it at home, you know. Small popcorn, which means you can go to the theaters, but your attention span will probably run out as soon as that small popcorn's done. Large popcorn, which means good movie. Definitely go watch it at the movie theaters. And then lastly, souvenir cup. Splurge on that souvenir cup. Have a blast. Get in costume. Go in a costume. Go in a shirt. You're going to love this movie. And that's what I'd give this movie. We're going to give it a souvenir popcorn. 9 out of 10. Go watch this movie. Do yourself a favor. So that's it for this review, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment if you disagree or agree with the movie and what your take on it was. And as always, don't forget to share.